for joining us live on Smart Family. I'm Daphne Munro, and as you can see, this is not Connie Cola. She's not here today, so we decided to have a special guest, but she will be back tomorrow. But we decided to have a special guest because today is Valentine's Day. We have Valley relationship expert and author Mike Lindstrom, who is, well, why don't you just tell folks out there who you are and what you do, Mike. Welcome.
Well, first of all, welcome. It's good to be back on the show. Relationship expert, people always go, what the heck is a relationship expert?
Right.
You know, reality is I started my business as a life coach, and it's transformed itself into authoring a book that Dan and I did. And
it's called Ask Dan.
It's called Men, 10 Secrets Every Woman Should Know from Two Guys That Do. So we've been spending the greater part of the last year, you know, touring, doing our live events and doing media and talking to women about the issues that are going on in this brain of ours.
So it's kind of like how we deal with relationships, but from a man's perspective.
Correct, yeah.
We've actually had you on twice now. So
That's right. That's right.
And you really break it down for women, right?
Well, it's one of the things that we found is that there wasn't like two real straight guys, by the way, two straight guys giving you the straight scoop. And that's one thing that we realized is going out there and be able to talk about these issues in a way that women can relate with. We do all of our events in a very comfortable environment so women can, you know, have a couple drinks, enjoy themselves, relax, and ask the tough questions.
Well, yes, and I've been giving you a hard time since the moment he walked in the door. Nothing but a hard time.
We're having fun.
But you know what? We have a great show today. We have Singleton Moms, which is probably one of my favorite organizations. They help single moms who are battling cancer. They help them do basic things. So exciting stuff there.
And a surprising new study about single people right in time for Valentine's Day coming up at the end.
Yep, so some good stuff. Okay, so speaking of Valentine's Day, it's a hot, smart topic on our Smart Family 15 Facebook page today. And did you know that according to the National Retail Federation, the average person will spend about $116 on gifts for Valentine's Day, and that's up from last year for about $10.
That's a lot of money.
I know, really. So what do you think about that?
I think that's a waste of money. I think that's one of the challenges. It's all supply and demand economics, and let's be real. The flower companies know this is the time. You know, restaurants know they're going to jack up their prices. I say keep the money in your pocket, quit wasting your time. You know? And women expect the flowers. Don't get me wrong. The women say, "Oh, don't spend money, honey." But the reality is, when those flowers don't come, what's happening later on that night?
It's like this.
Yeah, exactly. We call it the Heisman.
So you did what?
Yeah,
you did what? This is what I get, a card?
Yeah,
right?
We call it the Heisman. They call, you know, I read an interesting statistic. 53% of single women said that if their man didn't get them a gift for Valentine's Day, they would dump them.
Are you serious?
53%.
I don't believe it. Okay,
Sure.
well, let me ask you a question, because you're married. Your wife's name is Monica.
Monica, yeah.
So what are you going to do for her tonight for Valentine's Day night?
You know, one of the things that Monica are big on is practicality. I think we're kind of beyond the honeymoon phase, so just getting into a place where we can you know, enjoy each other's company with another couple out tonight. A little dinner on the town.
So you are going to go out with another couple tonight? Well, that's
it's casual, though. Nothing you know, I don't want to give away my secrets. You know, she might be watching.
Yeah, she could be watching. Okay. Well, I've got nothing going on in my world tonight. I know that I'll probably go home, make dinner, and enjoy it with my family.
So you're not doing anything?
Nope, nothing aside. Valentine's Day is not a big celebration in our household.
What if he were to surprise you with something?
I would probably be like, really?
Come on.
No, really. Because I get tired at the end of the day. I just want to kick it at home, watch TV.
But in your heart of hearts, if you came home today and he said, honey, I've already cleared the calendar, we have something special, and we're going to go out and do something nice or romantic, you wouldn't be upset about that, would you?
I'd be kind of bummed, because I'd be like, really? Because I can't take off my makeup? I've had it on all day. I'm weird.
Come on.
I am very weird. I'm very weird. But you know what? A lot of people are sounding off on our Smart Family 15 Facebook page about what is your perfect gift. Well, we have someone that actually commented, a special guest, and she says, for me, the perfect gift is when someone shows you appreciation, companionship, and togetherness. My daughter, Daphne, this is from my mom, helps me with Skype so I can see my friends, and my son Alan comes over every Friday to spend time with me. No amount of money can buy that. So that's a great comment, Mom. Thank you. I'm glad that you appreciate that I hooked you up with Skype. And I love you too. Happy Valentine's Day,
That's
Mom.
very nice. That's very nice.
So we have some other comments here. What do you have?
I have Sean. This was interesting. Sean says, the same thing I get every year, a subscription to National Geographic. It's great. I get my present 12 times a year. The first year, February 2007. It sounds like she's pretty serious. There was a heart on the cover. It is truly the perfect gift for me. And there's, of course, there's a little heart sign there.
Oh, my goodness.
So I don't know. I mean, if Sean's being serious or not, but obviously every time that she gets that in the mail, she's somehow reminded of her man. So that's kind of a smart thing for a man to do, right?
National Geographic, yeah, I think so.
Fair.
I mean, you know, sometimes romance, it doesn't have to be the, you know, the flowers and the tuxedo and going out. It could be just something as simple as maybe, you know, your husband says, I'm going to put away the kids tonight. I want you to just chill out on the couch and relax. That would mean a lot to me, right?
You know, one thing, I had a client call today, actually, and I asked him, I said, what are you doing for Valentine's Day? He says, you know, Mike, I don't know, my wife and I kind of got an argument last night. We're not, you know, really sure. I feel kind of weird because it's still tense. I said, here's what I want you to do. I want you to pull out a piece of paper, and I want you to write a letter to her, and I want you to write at the top of it, what are the 5 things that you love most about her? And I want you to give it to her in an envelope. That's it. Don't need to buy a card, don't need to buy her flowers, just ask her. Just tell her what are the 5 things you love about her. And I think that's a couple of things that guys get away from. You don't need to go spend the money on all the roses like you heard.
Right.
Just got to be able to give her things that make her feel good.
Right. Anybody can go out and buy something.
Yep.
It's doing something that matters.
Absolutely.
Especially to us women. Wouldn't you say, Mike?
Absolutely.
Okay.
There's no doubt.
Well, some great conversations. So, you know, we are always reading your Facebook comments, and this is a great topic. So we would love to hear what you plan on doing tonight, or what is the perfect gift for you to help those guys out. So join in on the conversation. You can always find us at facebook.com/smartfamily15.
Okay, here's a study just time for the holidays. It's the largest study of singles ever in the U.S., according to Match.com. Despite what you may think, single men actually do want to commit, and it didn't matter if they were 21 or 65. According to this survey by Match.com, 51% of men and 46% of women want to have children between the ages of 21 and 34, which are considered what they call, in quotes, the peak reproductive years. That's more men than women. That's an interesting statistic.
Okay, all I have to say is this. Where's the camera? Where's the camera? You guys show the camera here.
Listen, I read the study. I heard this, and I've said, there's no way. There's no way. I mean, this is not a true representation of society.
I mean, really, guys really seriously want to get married before. It's the funniest thing I've heard all day.
It's not true. I mean, the stats are the stats, but the reality is this is not a representation of society.
Okay.
I mean, this is only 5,500 daters on Match.com.
Right.
Why are they on Match.com? They want to seek somebody out. So, but here's an important point. There are more people that are not online dating. This is just a small microcosm of a study. So, so take this study and say that there's more men out there that want to commit to a relationship than women, and to globalize that and say that's how all men are, I don't think so.
Here's how I would say. I would say that maybe men want to be in a relationship, but not necessarily committed.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
And you heard it from Mike right here on our show.
They want to have, look, every man, I mean, you have to deal with the fragile ego. Men want to have the arm candy. They want to be able to have somebody they can walk in with. They want to be able to go to business meetings. They want to be able to feed the ego. So being with a woman is much different than saying I want to be committed to them long term. So I think this study is really interesting, but I think the one thing that we need to keep in mind is that this is not a true representation of society.
Exactly, exactly. Well, you know what? What do you think on Facebook? We want to hear from you. Maybe you can ask Mike a question or two on that particular statistic. I have to say men wanting to be in a relationship more and men wanting to have kids more than women. I don't know about that. But I love how you explain that it is from people, Match.com, who are actually looking for it.
You know, another thing to point out too is that because you're online, you're obviously looking for something in a relationship. You're looking to be in a relationship.
Right.
So there's a lot of other information in the data. We're just pulling one statistic out here, by the way.
Exactly.
So we encourage a lot of the readers to go out there and actually read the survey, because there's a lot more information about commitment. One of the stats we talked about earlier is that 35% of people surveyed said that they first met somebody, they weren't initially attracted to them.
Right.
That they eventually fell in love with them after the fact. So it's the whole adage, you know, don't judge a book by its cover.
Exactly. Or does it mean that men prefer to marry women that aren't so attractive, so they don't get all that attention from the opposite
There's no
sex?
doubt about that.
But that's a whole nother conversation.
Yeah, it's true. It's
Mike, it was so great having you join us on Smart Family.
So
We've enjoyed it. And I hope you and your wife enjoy yourself.
We'll have a good time.
Yes, and he'll be coming back on Wednesday on our show, I hear.
Yep, Wednesday we'll be coming back. We'll be talking about tips on dating. One of the things we like to talk about is, you know, keeping people in a relationship. So finding out little tips that they can do to stay positive and inspired and keep that spark alive in the relationship.
Okay. Beautiful, beautiful.
Thank you.
If you're planning on a nice dinner at home, or an occasion for that matter, we're going to show you how to recycle stuff you already have to make the perfect setting.